This is the story of our journey to the heart of the most remote mountain range in the lower 48, to ski Gannett Peak. Our team consisted of Alex, a bold splitboarder from New England, used to the hardest conditions in the US, and Jeff, another East Coast skier with big mountain experience. My name is Mike, and I'll be leading us into the wild. It was my 20th year of the Skiing States project. That is, skiing the highest points of each state from coast to coast. Wyoming was the big one, with the longest distance, the hardest navigation, and a solitude that can be greater than Denali in Alaska. Wyoming is an important state for skiing, so I spoke with Jeremy Jones, who lived there for a while, to get some perspective.
Wyoming to me means wilderness and adventure. The Tetons have really been the epicenter of ski and snowboard mountaineering. Back to Bill Briggs with his historic descent on the Grand, and it just keeps going. And I've hiked through the winds, and that is wild, raw wilderness at its finest form. I believe in wilderness. I like that it's going to hurt a little to get on Gannett Peak. You've got to be ready for some serious adventure, and definitely someplace I'd love to snowboard.
Wyoming is famous for the hot springs of Yellowstone and the grizzly, which do roam outside the park into Gros Ventre and Wind River ranges. The first phase of our trip was to navigate through the forests, dragging a week's worth of food and gear.
Stop.
On the second day, we got our first glimpse of the Titcomb Basin and the lake crossings ahead. The lake crossings are the most dangerous element of these trips. Falling in with heavy gear can be fatal. However, lake travel cuts off many miles of steep terrain.
Alex is out there probing the lake. I'm following the sled in case he falls in. It's about noon.
Ready? 2, 1. The Titcomb Basin is a paradise for climbers. With massive granite walls, we relished the views. The Wind River Range is on the edge of the Shoshone and Crow territory. Gannett, Wyoming's highest peak, sits buried in a citadel of sharp mountains. It was so hidden that for a long time they thought Fremont Peak above the Titcomb Basin was the highest.
Here we are at Titcomb Basin after a 2-day approach. We're looking forward to some mountain house meals and a fuck ton of snacks.
Oh yeah?
We have our refreshments, or Alex does. Yum num 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 num. Beef stew with mashed potatoes.
I'm sure that's going to come out real appetizing on film.
This hat's awesome. I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna say this hat's awesome for the hot sun. And yeah, that's where we're headed. That night, we got the storm. Snow at this point was not good. Our route to the summit requires going up and down over passes, and with fresh snow the chances of avalanche danger increases. We really wanted this trip to go well, as Wyoming would be the grand finale of the season. So we sat through the daily spring storms, eating our food supply, and hoping conditions would even allow us into the inner sanctum of this range. We had a break in the weather, so we took a practice run up a side peak in this most amazing of Rocky Mountain ranges.
Here we are at 13th Thou. Going up to this ridge. Transitioning.
After an amazing day, we prepared in the evening for the summit day and watched the sunset.
I wish you well.
At the top of Bonnie Pass, we got our first glimpse of the peak, and then skied down across glaciers that would dwarf any in Colorado.
I watch your morning swim again.
Did it, boys.
We made it. We were here, in the heart of the last great wilderness in the continental U.S. With the Tetons in the distance, it was only going to be fun on the way down.
I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish you well. Adios, triangle, wedging modes and Royal Canal. Why Adeline was swimming, sweet Adeline was singing to the tune. Royal Canal. Jesus will.
Just skied down a peak. This is the top.
After many miles in utter solitude, we departed, transformed, and got a little bit wet.